Thank you there, Lebo. Now, he was a physical education lecturer and a primary school teacher, an anti-apartheid campaigner in London, and was chairman of the South African Non-Racial Olympic Committee, SAN-ROC, during the apartheid years of 1976 to 1990. Served with the International Swimming Federation Bureau as vice president and official FINA spokesman at all the official events. He has worn many hats and is a friend of SABC News. Is Dr. Sam Ramsamy. He joins us on the telephone line for now, alongside South Africa Sports Confederation Olympic Committee President, Mr. Bary Hendricks. Gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the program. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Mr. President, if I can call it that way. There's two of you. Bary, let's start with you. As I understand, Dr. Ramsamy is on the telephone line. We still haven't got comms to him yet. Today marked a milestone in as far as the SASCOC. We had a General Council meeting, hybrid meeting of 2022. 63 members attended. But there was something special that was done today, Bary.
There was an exceptional occasion where the president of the IOC, Thomas Bach, was able to address the assembly. And this is not a usual occasion. And Thomas Bach was able to present his accolades to Dr. Sam Ramsamy, because SASCOC has awarded him the position of the honorary president for the position in SASCOC. And we were so grateful for the president of the IOC to spend time with us to relate his past experiences with Dr. Sam Ramsamy, and also relates his accolades to Dr. Sam Ramsamy. Dr. Ramsamy now becomes an honorary president, and he will assist us to grow SASCOC further.
Let's bring Dr. Ramsamy in. Dr. Ramsamy, I hope you can hear me on the telephone line. Dr. Ramsamy, a huge day today. You've been what can I call it? I now know you from the days of NOXA, when I was a junior journalist here at the SABC way back in 1999 when we had the All Africa Games. You've been in the structures of South African sports for a very long time. And today, that call coming from the IOC president himself, Dr. Thomas Bach, congratulating you on this honor. What does this mean to you? I know you wear many a hat, but this coming from the head of the Olympic movement must have hit home.
Yeah, thank you, Tabi. So sorry, I'm still on the line here in a very awkward position. And all the lights are gone off because of load shedding here. But luckily, I managed to get enough power on my phone. Now, it's a great honor. I'm very, very, very elated. In fact, I'm heartfelt in everything that has been done. And obviously, it was started by Bary Hendricks and the SASCOC executive. And for that, I have to thank both Bary and the SASCOC executive. But of course, what Thomas Bach mentioned today, it made my hairs, I don't have much hair on my head, but it made my hair stand up in very many areas, including parts of my body, because, I realized for the first time the important role, of course, not only I, but also Nelson Mandela played in getting the South African team to the Olympic Games in 1992. And this was an extraordinary event simply because we hadn't yet reached democracy as we know it. But Nelson Mandela was present, although he was not the president of the country yet, but he was president of the ANC. And most importantly, because Nelson Mandela came there, he was afforded a seat with all the heads of government, including the royalty, and that again indicated the status that South Africa had. And we all felt very, very elated. In fact, Thomas Bach mentioned this. And also that it wasn't easy for me because, in the beginning, I was responsible together with Dennis Brutus and members of SAN-ROC and also, of course, members of SACOC in this country here in isolating apartheid sport. And then, of course, next moment, being involved in bringing South Africa back into the international fold. So, and this is what Thomas Bach emphasized. I played in my little role in disrupting, of course, not only me, of course, SAN-ROC and the great anti-apartheid sports movement in South Africa played a wonderful role in destroying apartheid sport, and to some extent also destroying apartheid.
Dr. Ramsamy, I'm going to read a quote, President Hendricks, as you nod away, because what Dr. Ramsamy is saying is quite, it's quite moving as far as where we come from as a nation. The IOC president said, "I would like to congratulate Sam on being appointed the honorary president of SASCOC. Sam is a living legend in the world of sport and the fight for justice and apartheid. When I was going through the history books, I saw how he led Team SA back to the Olympics in 1992 in Barcelona with dignity and pride, back on a world stage after the fight was over and the new era for justice and inclusivity for sport in South Africa would start." Bary, Hendricks, we're in a different era now. We've had our walk through the difficulties of the past. We're sitting now with a new Team South Africa, a Team South Africa that everyone can be proud of as we look ahead, whether it's the Olympics, whether it's the Commonwealth Games, and it's all because of men such as Dr. Ramsamy. They've laid the foundation for us.
Yes, we walk and we live on the shoulders of these icons. And through our history program, we're going to show South Africa all the other icons that we are going to walk upon and that we live upon. But let's be very honest. Dr. Sam Ramsamy has been one of the doyens of sport. And SASCOC, as you know, has turned the page with a new board, with a new commission members. There are so many more exciting things that are happening. In fact, last week there was a program in Khayelitsha, a development program in Khayelitsha. And Tabiso, there are so many more exciting things that are going to be happening in all our commissions. You must just watch this space.
Dr. Ramsamy, as we look ahead, I know one of your favorites, Dr. Ramsamy, was I know the Olympic Games, you love them, but the Commonwealth Games, I know, were one of your, most enjoyable championships, in particular because South Africa did well. I remember the days of Natalie du Toit. You and I used to be in the pool, whether it was in Manchester or whether it was in Australia. What are you looking forward to as you bask away these days, sitting at home with that lovely wife of yours, watching Team South Africa perform, sir?
It's again, it's a wonder, and I feel honored that I'm part of such a wonderful team of people who are around helping South Africa getting up to the very, very highest level in international sport. And as you pointed out, Tabiso, Commonwealth Games and the Commonwealth is quite an important and a very crucial element in our development. And not only, we had Natalie du Toit and so many others performing so well. In fact, Penny Haynes performed so well in 1996 when she brought us 2 gold medals, and Josiah Tugwana brought us a gold medal. So, these things indicate that we have the talent, we have the physical resources, but now what we need to do, convert that, because we need other form of resources, because all these top athletes need a lot of support. And that support, of course, is translated in francs and cents, because they need to go to various events, they need to have medical attention, they need to have the right food. And I think this is what SASCOC and Bary are at the moment. And, of course, my job is to help SASCOC and help Bary to ensure this happens. As you know, in the past, we had very many sponsors, and that was long before even the lotto started, and we must now revert to these donors and see and help them in assisting us and how we can get to the very top. And I know Bary has got a few sponsors already lined up, and we are hoping that they will all come on board, because sport plays a very important role in making a country very, very elevated in very many ways. And for that particular reason, we are hoping the corporate sector is going to come around to help us, because as you know, everybody talks about Tiger Woods. Everybody talks about Serena Williams, and these are the people that we need to get around here. And I believe that, I think, is our next target.
Dr. Ramsamy, Honorary President of South Africa Sports Confederation Olympic Committee, thank you very much indeed, sir. Everyone speaks of Tiger Woods, but everyone, Bary Hendricks, speaks of Dr. Sam Ramsamy in South Africa, a legend in his own right. Let's wrap it up. 30 seconds or so, touch on a couple of aspects. Commonwealth Games, Birmingham coming up. Yes, they would have been in South Africa. We'll move on that one. But there's still plenty to look forward to in as far as Team South Africa is concerned and South Africans to fly the flag high sometime this year.
We are looking forward to the support of the South African public. We know that we can perform. We know that our new champions are going to come through. And with the assistance of Dr. Ramsamy, it simply means that we have many, many avenues. We call upon the whole of the corporate SA to assist us in helping us to support our athletes. Work with us. We have changed. We are a totally new organization, and we need your help, and we will work together to achieve the greatest athletes in South Africa.
Mr. Bary Hendricks, President of the South African Sports Confederation Olympic Committee, thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us on Sports Live and SABC News Channel, as well as the, Honorary President, Dr. Sam Ramsamy, also joining us via telephone line. As you heard, the two gentlemen, a lot to look forward to. And once again, congratulations to Dr. Sam Ramsamy being, recipient of the Honorary President of SASCOC. And if you saw in his name, they had OIS, that basically means Order of Ikhamanga. That's also, of course, a South African honor that is bestowed upon, if you want to compare it to the MBEs of the UK, Dr. Sam Ramsamy, OIS, Order of Ikhamanga, in silver here in South Africa. Congratulations to them both.